Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Brendan and welcome back to the channel. I hope all of you guys are having a good morning, evening, wherever you guys are from. And today we need to talk about the massive squeeze that is happening on Bitcoin because it's getting ready for a huge move that could impact all of cryptocurrency. Now, there's a couple very clear signs that's leading me to believe this. We're going to go into the volume, but very clearly, the price chart is having a massive resistance converge on an even larger support that's leading us into this ultimate squeeze that we're seeing right around the $40,000 price range. Now we're going to talk about this in just a second. I want to go over general crypto sentiment and look at a few of the outliers in the market because for the last week or so, we did see a little bit more red across the board of cryptocurrency than what we're used to. Now, Cardano is going to be one of these outliers along with Near. Cardano up nearly 40% in the last 7 days, which is unique because a lot of people have been bearish on Cardano ever since their smart contracts launched. In fact, when this happened, people were not happy to develop on it, and developers especially were just not looking to move to Cardano when they had options like Ethereum and Solana and Matic out there in the open that are just a lot more user friendly. But Cardano has been on damage control for a little bit here, making their climbs to the number 5 of cryptocurrency by market cap once again. And so they're definitely doing some good work, up about 12.5% on the day, definitely being one of the top gainers in the top 100 coins. The other one was Near. Near has been one of the up and coming cryptocurrencies, or one of the up and coming altcoins here. They're down about 10% on the day, but this is just because they're up nearly 30% on the week. So, without this, they would have been up another 10%, putting them up to almost a 40% gainer on the week, up there competing with Cardano as well. So, yes, we did have a little bit of a volatile bearish day for Near, but that's just because they're up a lot on the week. Another one of these outliers that we have not even mentioned on the channel before is Phantom. Probably gonna have a video coming on this guy soon. I know it's been getting requested in the Discord server, but they're almost up 40% as well. Again, down about 8% on the day. That's just because they had such a massive week to the upside that they are also going to see a little bit more bearish action as they had a tremendous amount of bullish action. But that is the top 50 of cryptocurrency. Nothing too significant happening towards the upper echelon of the top 50 cryptocurrencies by market cap. But I do want to get into Bitcoin over here because this has got to be one of the most important topics. Now, in my previous video, I talked about how Bitcoin was very bullish and there was all this evidence for the bulls. But as we are entering into this squeeze, we can very clearly see that we have a pretty significant resistance line over here converging on one of the most important support lines that Bitcoin has had in a long time. Now, the reason that I'm saying this is that because we have, let me take that back. What we have over here is we have this falling wedge or this falling channel converging onto multiple different levels of support. Obviously, we have the floor of the channel, but as we mentioned in the previous video, if we zoom out just a little bit, we can see that Bitcoin has a pretty significant support line, right? We have been trending up on this guy for over a year, almost 2 years now, using it as support from a macro perspective, not once, not twice, but now 3 separate times is when we're bouncing off of this and showing it as support. And we also have our horizontal support. What was previously resistance now turned into support for Bitcoin. Twice resistance now being twice used as support. This is a pretty important factor because now what we're doing is we are having this falling channel or this falling wedge lead down into both of these guys at the exact same time. So let's rewind here. One of the other things I want to look at is volume is falling off. Now, volume's always going up and down, but when volume starts to tend to fall off, this is another sign that a squeeze is happening and that a big price movement could very likely be coming our way very soon. Now, is this bullish? Is this bearish? This is a hard one, right? We have some of the strongest support that Bitcoin has seen in the last year or two, or I would say in the last 18 months, meeting a very strong bearish sentiment. A lot of the fundamentals of cryptocurrency right now are good. But if you Google anything about Bitcoin, it is that, is this the next bear market? There's a lot of fear and FUD out there. I know it's the cool thing to be the bear right now because Bitcoin has officially had a death cross. But if you remember the last time we had a death cross on Bitcoin, it was about the final sign that the bottom was in. In fact, about a month after we had the death cross over here on Bitcoin, and I'm realizing my head is covering it. About a month after we had the death cross over here on Bitcoin, what we saw is that this was the bottom. This was the marker saying, all right, a month from now, Bitcoin is going to have been reversed. This is the death cross, and although this is not generally a good thing to see on a daily time scale, this was ultimately leading to the bottom of Bitcoin. And we had some initial wicks. We had a lot of consolidation over here, but this was printing the bottom for Bitcoin. Now, can lightning strike twice? Can this be the bottom for Bitcoin once again? We are already, I mean, how many days through this are we? This started around January 9th. We're now at January 17th. So maybe by the mid or early February, maybe we will have then started reversing or at least reached our bottom by then, if we are going to follow any kind of historical pattern. But what I think will happen is that so long as we hold this support of like $38,000 to $40,000, and I want to highlight this and zoom this in just a little bit more so we can all properly see. So long as we hold this support of $40,000 to $38,000, I'm still going to remain very bullish on Bitcoin. There's a ton of support in this. There's a lot of great fundamentals that are happening in the market right now. But on top of all of this, and I always use this analogy, I understand that the trend is our friend and we are in a short term, and I want to emphasize that we are in a short term bear trend or downwards trend for Bitcoin. But if you zoom out to the macros of this thing, year over year, months over months, this thing is macro bullish. And when an asset class like this is down, I believe we're down around 30-40% from our all-time highs at the moment, at least on Bitcoin. Yeah, so Bitcoin's down nearly 40% from its all-time high. I still view this as a discount. Maybe it's not the bottom. Maybe this isn't the end of this short-term bear trend. Maybe we go down to 30, 35. Even then, this is an area where I'm very comfortable buying the dip, because if it were to go back to its all-time high from its current price, that would mean that I would profit almost 65%, which I am fairly confident that Bitcoin will get back up to a 60, or excuse me, I'm very confident that Bitcoin will, in the not so distant future, go back to an all-time high. So I still view this as a very big discount. But that's a little bit of my bias coming in and getting away from the technicals. Now, ultimately, my decision over here, what am I doing? So I can't tell anybody what to trade. That's not the point of this channel, is to tell you buy here, sell here. Just education and what's going through my brain. But what I'm doing over here is, so long as Bitcoin is around this support area, I'm going to continue to buy. If it breaks, I'll buy more. I'm buying Bitcoin. I'm buying altcoins. There's a few altcoins that I'm really looking into and enjoying. Some of my favorites being in the metaverse and play to earn spaces. But ultimately, we will see. This is a squeeze. This is a pretty crazy squeeze. There's not like a definitive answer of this is the outcome of the scenario. It's not an ascending triangle where we look at it and say this is clearly bullish. This is hard because we have a falling channel reaching support, and in most cases I would say this is very bullish. And so until then, I'm going to lean bullish. I'm going to continue to be bullish until this support area breaks of $38,000 to $40,000. And that's my ultimate analysis here. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this Bitcoin analysis. I know it was a little bit maybe a little bit spotty and patchy here and there, but I hope you did enjoy it nonetheless. If you want to see more content like this, or maybe have an altcoin technical analysis done, just drop that in the comment section, and I would be happy to do an analysis or even chat about that down there as well. Videos are going to be resuming pretty normally here soon. I know we had a little bit of a break for about a month now, but I'm excited to get back into this. Again, hopefully all of you enjoyed, and I will see all of you in the next video.